Cycle Toronto, along with two cyclists, have launched a charter challenge to the Ford government's legislation that paves the way for the removal of some bike lanes in the city. CB24's Jamie Goodfreund is working on this for us, and he joins us live with the latest reaction. Jamie.
Yeah, Lena, Cycle Toronto is trying to prevent the removal of those bike lanes on Bloor, University and Yonge, and they're seeking that injunction. And part of it is this charter challenge is they're saying that this infringes on the rights to life and security as cyclists in our city. We've been getting a lot of reaction to this story. Right now, I want to bring in Sam Pappas. He is a local business owner of over 30 years. He's also on the board of directors of an advocacy group called Balance on Bloor that was against these bike lanes and wanted to maintain the 2 lanes of traffic. I want to get your reaction, Sam, to Cycle Toronto seeking this injunction. What's your take on this?
Well, I got to be honest, I'm not surprised. I believe that, they're trying to keep this front and center in front of the public eye. I don't think it's going to be successful, but it's not surprising. They're doing everything in their power to disrupt the provincial government's legislation.
Part of the complaints from your group is that there has been a loss of revenue due to the removal of one of the lanes of traffic on Bloor. Can you tell us a little bit more about how businesses like yours have been impacted by this?
Yeah, we did a survey about a year after, about 11 months after they were installed, and 99 out of 100 businesses were for the removal of the lanes. Most businesses have seen a 30% decline in business. And when we had our annual general meeting, which our city councillor, Andrew Morley, sat in on, she acknowledged that people are down 30%. But then she went on to say, well, don't worry, 6 to 10 years out, the numbers start to swing upwards again, which totally infuriates the businesses because obviously there's not a 30% margin there. Everybody's hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And this is just one further way, government intervention, insensitivity to the businesses really pushes people to the wall. And that's why it's such an emotional issue for the businesses.
Sam, one of the ongoing complaints that we hear about these bike lanes is that all too often they're just not being used. They're obviously more high traffic areas where they are being used a lot. But part of what your petition stated is that there's scarce cyclist usage. Can you elaborate a little bit more? What's the kind of flow of cycling traffic that you see on a regular basis where your business operates?
Yeah, we never did trust the city's numbers because they only give you data from 2 days of the year and then they project it over the 365. So we did our own surveillance. We had cameras on Bloor Street. I can tell you that 25,000 cars use our lanes every day. And the maximum we get in the summertime is 300 cyclists a day. And in the wintertime, it's as low as 20 to 15. Some days, we had one day where we registered 9 cyclists. And they're just not being used, and they've been given 50% of the infrastructure. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Sam Pappas, we appreciate your time for joining us on CB24. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Have a good day.
And Lena, also wanted to point out that one of the major concerns of this legislation also includes the fact that there is an amendment that would essentially absolve the province of any liability in the event that a cyclist was seriously hurt or killed, and that would prevent them from taking legal action against the province. Back to you.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much for that conversation.